Hello YouTube, this is Desert Fox again, bringing you another Terran vs Zerg. Now, in Terran vs Zerg, I like going for Marine Tank, with a lot of upgrades on the Marines, because they just shred through everything. And also another good thing I like doing is early aggression against Zergs. So, they really can't do that many drones. They need to focus on army, and their income just becomes so much lower than mine. I also really like doing early expands, so that way I get double mules and have a really huge income. So I'm on faster speed right now, ×2, because really there's nothing to show in the beginning of games, except for the opening, which is just a 10 supply, 12 barracks, 13 gas, and then I send a scout, and the scouting against the Zerg is really important. Because it shows us if he's going to be doing early pressure, like an all-in the beginning. So I see he does an early expand, and he has a gas before pool. And pool before gas, my bad. So he won't be getting super early speed, which means I can abuse of that. So I'm going for not really a bunker rush. It's just so that he pulls off drones and doesn't mind with them. I lose the SCV, just cancel the bunker, and it's all good. So now I get a factory as soon as I have enough gas, get a reactor for double Hellions, which is really good in some cases, except if you scout that he has 2 gases or 1 gas and he is just taking up to roaches really quickly. Anything else this is actually really good for, and you can get good map control in the beginning and do a lot of economic damage. So another good thing with this build is that I can get a command center right away. I always get this tech lab right away on the barracks, so I can pump out a few marauders if I need to, and I can switch these two back to their original positions after, so I can get siege tech, which is really good against roaches. Pretty much counters them, if I dare say so. So I come in here, I can't really do much damage. I pick off a few drones. Actually, I don't even get any drones. I just get a shot off. And this is really horrible. I decide to fight with my Hellions and forget about them, and I lose them. So, as a Terran versus Zerg, or mostly against any race, you want to keep your resources lost as low as possible while doing as much as you can. That way you can just retreat, get back together with your army, and you'll have a much bigger army to attack again and put more pressure. Except if you lose all your army, then you can't really do that second pressure right after. So right now I'm a bit behind. I'm just trying to get the watchtowers, get map control, and securing my expansion right after I do a push is really good, even though I lost it. So now I'm just getting my siege tech up, getting stim, getting more barracks, and eventually I'll be throwing down a starport. Now you want to get your second gas as soon as you get your starport, because your starport will demand a lot of gas. There it is. So now it's just who can macro and get the most workers as fast as possible. Now as you can see, he's probably doing really bad on workers, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm at 36 at 10 minutes. It's right on benchmark, 38. So it's all good. And I get siege tanks, and he really can't push with his roaches, because siege tanks just obliterate roaches. So now I'm throwing double engineering bays, trying not to get myself supply blocked. I probably will though. And trying to spend all my money. So yeah, this is when I decide to do a small 11-minute timing push. It's not the best timing ever, except that I do throw down a scan right here. I do see he has an expansion. He only has a few roaches, which is great because he was probably droning up. And now I can just go in. I don't have any upgrades yet, but I should have waited for my upgrades, but whatever. I got this free expansion, And now, as you can see, units lost is heavily in my favor now. And that's really what you want to aim for as a Terran, is to get that high units lost for the Zerg. So right about now is when you want to start throwing down your turrets. I already have them in the main, but you really want those turrets against the Mutalisks, because Mutalisk harass will happen, and you will not like it if they pick off a lot of SCVs. So I'm making my third, building more supply depots because I am supply blocked. Just pumping siege tanks out of one factory and mostly bio, because as you can see, I am getting that 1-1. Got the army for the 2-2 just a bit late, but it's okay. And I have no idea what he's doing right now. So I just keep macroing up, keep building those SCVs, building those turrets, building my army. And right now I feel like it's safe securing my third. And I do see a glimpse of his Mutalisks, so I know they exist. And I try to spread my Marines as much as I can. And this is when I notice that he's harassing me. Now, all my Marines are here. I can't really defend with these guys, so I'm going to keep them here with my siege tanks to defend my natural, well, my third. And rally all of my Marines here. As you can see, all my rally points are set to my own base. I do have a lot of turrets, so I'm not really scared of these Mutalisks. So they just swing around, pick off some depots, pick off some SCVs. Not too much though. As you can see, I've killed way more than I've lost in workers. And still, he's only picked off 2 workers, 3 workers now. No big deal. Now he's swinging through the back. He really should have went straight for my tanks. And I didn't even notice it at first that he was attacking my tanks with Mutalisks. That's okay, he only got 2. And this is where my macro starts to slip pretty badly. It always does when I secure my third. I only have a 2 base production. That's not even complete 2 base production. I should have a reactor on this. I should have way more barracks. I don't even have that many. Maybe add on a second factory. But I'm getting my 2-2 upgrades, so I'm feeling pretty good. And as soon as I get my 2-2, I will push out. Because that's a really strong timing for Terrans when you get 2-2 on your Marines. Because 2-2 just obliterates everything they have. Except for infestors. If they fungal growth you. And then roll in with banelings and just splash you. I have a bit of army at home, I don't know why. So I'm adding a lot of barracks. Probably should be adding way more. But the game is almost over. And as you can see, my 2-2 is just finishing. I'm getting +1 vehicle. I should have gotten that a lot earlier. But this is my cue to push out. And I know I haven't been really aggressive with the Zerg. I'm still really shy. But I need to get a bit better at that, is putting more aggression, because right now I just let the Zerg macro up. So I scan. Always scan before you push out, in case they have burrowed banelings or anything else. And then you want to get a good spread on your Marines before the engagements. So I have a decent spread. And then you want to stim and move back, so the tanks can just pick off all the banelings like that, and all your Marines are alive. I didn't even focus fire with the tanks. I just moved my Marines back after the Zerglings were mostly dead, and the tanks just picked off everything. Now keep in mind, after all his banelings died, oops, this is the best time to push out, because all he can make now are Zerglings, roaches, and whatever other tech he has. And after that, he needs to morph Zerglings into banelings, so it's really not effective. And yeah, you're just free to roll in. But I still spread my units just in case. Bring in those siege tanks. And yeah, the game's pretty much over. Units lost tab. I've only lost 4,000 in the whole game. He's lost 11,000. That just speaks for itself, even though we are horrible at macro, both of us. he tries to do some harass with Zerglings, but Zerglings versus planetary fortresses win. Yeah. So, yeah, the game's pretty much over. I won. I have 2-2. He has still 0-0 upgrades. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I scan his third. I see all his workers there, and he just leaves the game as soon as he sees that scan. Alright, thank you for watching. Until next time.